Hello and welcome to this edition of the Ferrell Phelps Show. Today, it's all about fashion and men in fashion. My guest today is Mr. Lucas Escalada and George GoldenBoy Phelps. Welcome to the show, guys. We are excited about this. You know, fashion is something that we can all relate to. As long as you live, you're going to be wearing something. Some type of eyeglasses, some type of attire, this, that, and the other. Now, I want to ask, I'm going to start with you, Lucas. How did you actually get involved in the fashion industry? I know you just recently did African Fashion Week right here in Houston. I had a chance to be at that show and saw some of your amazing designs. What got you involved in the fashion industry?
I think that at a very young age I have wanted to be an actress. I just had the feeling that there was art and talent in me. So I had to go different aspect of it and to be able to find out what was really the aspect of it that I want to, because when I was young, around 11, at the time I was 11 years old, I wanted to be a writer and an actor, so I did a lot of those things. And then going into a casting call around the age of 17, they needed actors and models and designers, and then I presented in the casting because I wanted to be part as an actor. And then they thought that I was good in fashion, they thought I was good to be modeling, so I modeled like a year, and then I realized that, I want to get into fashion, and fashion, I've been doing it for such a long
Since that time. And what awesome fashions you have. You guys are going to certainly get a chance to see some of his work before it's all said and done on the show. Definitely going to get to see some of the work. Now, we also have Mr. George GoldenBoy Phelps. George, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Now, you are renowned in the Houston area and beyond with what you're doing with your eyewear. Tell us a little bit about how you got started with that.
I was always an artist. I was always into fashion and the eyewear. Eyewear is a extension of yourself. It's part of your personality, and that's what makes it really cool. So I decided to take my artwork and paint on glasses. The next thing you know, it blew up. Now celebrities, ball players, politicians are all wearing the brand, and it's just all God-given.
Yeah. But I want to ask you, how did you actually start doing that? Because a lot of times people have dreams and they have desires and things they want to do, but they don't know how to get started in it. How do you get started? How do you actually get started where the world can see what you're creating?
Well, the worldwide internet is such a big place to start.
Okay.
If you have any type of skills or any marketing or just knowing how to put something out there, you definitely want to go to the internet, start an Instagram, start a Facebook, start a Twitter, have a following for your brand. It's very important that you send your brand out to as many places as you can. Tag London, UK, Ukraine, different places like that to give people, who are across something to see from your product. That's very, you need that, something serious. So, with that being said, just take your time, push it out, and let it go. Yeah.
Okay, take your time, push it out there, and let it go. See what the world says after that.
Yep.
All right. Now, Lucas, I want to talk to you for a minute as well. When it comes to the fashion industry, is it more challenging for you as a male in the fashion industry, or you think it's a little bit easier?
I think it could be both. It could be, like we say, there are many male fashion designers in the industry, but I know from where I come from, they expect females to do those than males, so that's why I would say it's very challenging. But in the international aspect, I have seen so many male fashion designers that I think that women would prefer men to dress them because they want to see that they want to view how men view them. So.
Okay, you know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Now, I noticed that a lot of the fashion in the fashion industry is leaning toward very, very thin women. Now, I know that you're of African descent.
Yes.
Correct?
Right.
Now, but a lot of the women that I've seen in Africa are fuller figured women too, right?
Right.
So do you actually cater to them as well, or is it pretty much the size 2 models that you cater to with your designs?
I cater for everyone. I think the reason why people do see size 2 is because they see me a lot in the wrong way.
Okay.
I am an artist, it's not about people buying my clothes, but also that in my fashion I put stories, I put things that inspires me. So when I go for fashion shows, I do have to make measurements that are high standard for models.
Okay.
And then in the shows, if people want are interested by my designs or they like my this, then I can also make for their sizes. But I have got some critics from people saying, why don't you design for
Full figures.
full figures?
Uh-huh.
I also see that in the fashion industry now we do have full size models that a lot of designers prefer to pull full size models in their own way. Let's see, maybe I'll do it sometimes.
Uh-huh. Something for the full figured woman, huh?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I tell you what, I've seen this guy's designs. I had an opportunity to be at African Fashion Week just a few weeks ago. I sat right there, front row, first person that's sitting there when people walk out the runway, or on the runway. And I had a chance to see it up close and personal. And when I saw some of this stuff hit the runway, I was just blown away. I was like, wow, this stuff is amazing. Really, really amazing. And it certainly takes a creative mind to bring that stuff to life, and you did a wonderful job with it. We're going to be back in just a moment, you guys, with more of George GoldenBoy Phelps, designer of SkyTrues eyewear, and Mr. Lucas Escalada. Stick around.
SkyTrues custom eyewear has taken the world by storm. In only 8 months, SkyTrues has gained the eyes of many, including celebs like Big Sean, Little Flip, Destiny Child, Soulja Boy, just to name a few. Through custom design, SkyTrues can put your imagination on your frames. I bring to you the next big thing in Houston, SkyTrues, created by GoldenBoy, the musician, the artist, the entrepreneur, and grassroots marketing genius, beats custom designed frames. SkyTrues!
All right, welcome back to this edition of the Ferrell Phelps Show. My guest today is Lucas Escalada and Mr. George GoldenBoy Phelps. Welcome back, guys. You know, we were talking about fashions and the trends in fashion and things of that nature. I wanted to ask you, GoldenBoy, what are the trends that you're seeing in fashion that lends itself to your eyewear these days?
Well, fashion is very flamboyant now. So being that it's so flamboyant and being that it's so out there, a lot of times my glasses fit very well with the colors. Somebody who's being very eccentric and who likes different designs and stuff like that, that makes it look real flowy and cool.
Mm-hmm.
And people are more original these days. They're doing things that are totally different out the box.
Okay.
Kind of finding their own style, their hair, their shoes, their clothes. So I think my glasses is definitely a good fit for the fashion now and for years to come.
Yeah, you know what, I have to agree with you. And one of the things that I noticed about your eyewear, which I think is really fantastic, this guy's eyewear, every pair of glasses is something totally different and unique.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one pair that's the exact same, which makes it very, very amazing, man,
yeah.
that you're doing that. You know, now, it had to be a little risky for you when you first started doing this here to just create these designs on glasses and with the hopes that the world would embrace what you were doing. What was that experience like for you when you first started the process with the glasses?
It was totally horrible. I got no zero respect from the my peers and people who I expected to have such a good reaction to it. They considered it to be kind of clownish. You painting on glasses, not too cool. No one's gonna like that. It's not gonna be accepted. But as time went on, more celebrities started to rock it. The craft became a little bit more, detailed, more designed. You could tell I took more time with it.
Mm-hmm.
People began to definitely like it, take a liking to it. So that's how people are with new things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you know what? And that's the beauty of new things, because it's an adventure when you're creating something and you're just hoping that the world likes it. But you have to believe in whatever it is that you're doing yourself. Mm-hmm. Whether the world believes in it or not, it's important that we believe in what we're doing as artists, as designers, and creators of fashion. That we believe in what we're doing, and a lot of times creating something that's unique will get attention. And that's why I think your eyeglasses are getting so much attention. Now, you mentioned some celebrities. What celebrities are wearing your glasses?
We have celebrities from everybody from Sheila Jackson Lee to Rich Homie Quan, Parliament, George Clinton, Waka Flocka, Paul Wall. I mean, you name it. they're in it.
Yeah.
So
Now,
they go
Latavia
all-
Roberson too, right?
Exactly. From Destiny Child, she also has a pair. Even you have a pair.
Even I have a
So
pair.
that lets you know how big it if he has a pair.
Oh, listen to that. Listen to that. You know, I just got my first pair of SkyTrues maybe, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And he is so busy that my order was placed, oh God, like months and months and months ago. But because of how busy it is and how in demand he is, it took a long time for me to get my glasses. But that says a lot about how busy this man is in the industry. Man, you're doing it big, bro.
Oh man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah, yeah. Now, Luke, I want to ask you, man, what's next for you?
What's next for me? I actually recently moved back home like 8 months ago. I was here in Houston for about 6 years.
Okay.
I went to school here at the University of Houston. I studied economics and political science. Now that I'm out of school, I realized that I want to take my fashion into the next level.
Okay.
And going back home is very challenging because everything is just new and it's not yet a fashion city.
Okay.
But you know, they say charity begins at home, so that's the reason why I went home to be able to build a fashion market, a fashion home, a fashion. Those are my next thing. I want to market my designs because since I started like 10 years ago, it wasn't something I wanted to make a living for.
Okay.
I was doing it just for the passion, just for the love, and just to share my art and to inspire other artists that I knew that way during my time that they should use it, they should share it with the world. So I'm back home working, and I'm going to present my new collection on the 3rd of October.
Okay.
And I have another project that has to do with women. I want to recognize women in my country. I want the people to also see the inspiration behind my collection. My collection is this ideal woman. So it's going to empower women, it's going to make them be more confident. I also want where I come from to realize that the future of the women doesn't depend on the men, but also of their own education and their own independence. So that's what I'm putting together.
Yeah.
And then one day have a fashion boutique, a store, a fashion house. So those are my next goal. Definitely, even before I have that, I want to come back here in the States to just have some courses to build my skills, because everything
Okay.
I've been doing is just self-taught, and I feel that there are things I want to learn more.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you just say everything that you're doing was self-taught?
Right,
So the designs that I just saw recently in African Fashion Week was something that was self-taught.
right.
You didn't have any formal education for
No,
that?
I didn't.
You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Wow. That is more than amazing. And you guys are going to understand why I say that it's more than amazing when you see his designs, because I just knew that you had been to the Art Institute or some type of fashion institute to create what I've seen on the runway.
Oh wow, thank you.
That is phenomenal. But you know what? That's what it's like when God puts a gift in you
Right.
and you give birth to that gift. You can create these types of things that look like you went to the Fashion Institute or of New York. You know, that is, man, I am really blown away.
Thank you.
I am really blown away. You know what I think would be cool. Now this is just my thought. Since both of these guys are in fashion, I want to see them do something together. I want to see them bridge the gap. You know, this man is amazing in fashion. This man is amazing in creating awesome eyewear, SkyTrues. And SkyTrues, you have a website for SkyTrues too, right?
Yeah, SkyTrues.com.
SkyTrues.com. People can actually see some of your designs there as well. And same thing for yourself, Lucas?
Right now I don't have a website, but I have almost everything on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
Lucas Escalada.
Facebook is definitely a place to see some of Lucas's work, as well as George GoldenBoy Phelps. Now, when you talk about the fashion industry, George, I'm going to ask you, do you feel like women is your biggest market in what you do?
Actually, I do, because women tend to be, they buy things faster than males. Males typically catch on after. They see the female in it and it's cool, and the female's talking about it, and he's this, he's that. You know, eyewear brand is amazing, and they tend to want to, gravitate to it after.
The men tend to want to gravitate to it after.
Yeah.
But initially, it's the women that.
Initially, it's the women and then the men.
So your market for women is about, give a ratio.
Oh man,
A percent.
Probably about 65%.
65%,
Yeah.
really? Okay, so more than half of the market is
Women.
women.
Yeah.
Wow. And I actually would have thought he was even more than that. I would have thought more like 75%, but it's not.
No, because I mean, it's so many dudes are starting to, gravitate to it, and then they tell their friend, So just this month alone, probably at least about maybe 10, 12 dudes have already
Really?
ordered. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So he says we're a little slow to catch on, but once we catch on, it's on and popping.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a good way to say that.
Definitely.
We're going to be back with more of Lucas Escalada and George GoldenBoy Phelps. You guys stick around. We'll be back in just a moment.
SkyTrues custom eyewear has taken the world by storm. In only 8 months, SkyTrues has gained the eyes of many, including celebs like Big Sean, Little Flip, Destiny's Child, Soulja Boy, just to name a few. Through custom design, SkyTrues can put your imagination on your frames. I bring to you the next big thing in Houston, SkyTrues, created by GoldenBoy, the musician, the artist, the entrepreneur, and grassroots marketing genius, beats custom designed frames. SkyTrues!
All right, welcome back to this final segment of the Ferrell Phelps Show, where my guest today is none other than George GoldenBoy Phelps, SkyTrues eyewear designer, and Mr. Lucas Escalada, African fashion designer. Now, we were talking about fashions, the trends in fashions, who's wearing what, this, that, and the other. Now, you were telling me that, just now, you, at the last minute, put everything together.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that experience with the African Fashion Week Houston.
Yes, I moved, like I said, I moved in my country 8 months ago. And I had goals and I had dreams, I had expectations just for my country. So I had to, even though probably I could have everything easy here, I wanted to just start with home. So I went home working, trying to make my projects, the women project, trying to present my new collection, which was Ideal Woman that I had already made here.
Okay.
And then I also wanted to establish myself, but things weren't coming easy as my expectation. But I didn't let that disappoint me. I didn't want to feel disappointed or anything. So I keep on working, trying different things. Also learning what I was wrong or what I was right, and trying to make a lot of research, connecting myself with my spiritual being too, praying and exercising and trying to have some rest and stay calm. So last month, the Miss Africa USA invited me to be one of their designers, and I was like, no, I cannot be part because of this reason, that reason.
Okay.
And then the Houston Fashion Week also, they invited me, and they were able to put something saying, okay, if you have to be in the show, we're going to have you come here, and then you can work on the rest.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
So, but in the last, to me, something like a spirit was guiding me, like, oh, don't just put all your hopes in one basket. So just
That's very
keep working.
smart.
So I went looking around, sending my proposal to my government because I feel that I'm a very recognized actress in my country, and I can always count on them.
Okay.
So I went to different companies and everything, and 1 month I haven't had an answer. So people told me, you shouldn't wait for an answer. Go there and find out what are the answers. So I kept going around and no answer. I kept going around, no answer. So until the Wednesday, this is Wednesday last week.
Okay.
This is Thursday, and Friday starts Houston Fashion Week.
Okay.
And then on Wednesday, I'm like, what am I gonna do here? I have to be on this show because Houston, I have a very big fan base, and a lot of people are going to come in the show because they hear I'm there. Even though I have not confirmed the organizers that I was gonna come, they have already sent promotion out that I was going to come.
Oh wow, okay. Put a little pressure on you, huh?
Yes. So that even inspired me most. So I had to find a way. I had to pray more than I have ever prayed. Uh,
You said he has to pray more than he had
Yes,
ever had to pray.
I did, and then the other thing I did was that I just have to see myself already living those things I wanted to do.
Absolutely.
Like I saw myself in Houston before I got here. The things I used to love doing when I was in Houston, I used to go a lot to Lakewood. I saw myself being in Lakewood that weekend.
Is that right? Okay.
And then I went to the gym. I came back home. I started praying again, and then in my vision,
Uh-huh.
I saw a lady's name, and I asked myself, I'm like, why would I say this lady's name? I have met her a few years ago,
Okay.
but we have talked about working together. But now I'm back. No one is watching if I'm, it was like everyone forgot about me.
Okay. Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. So I text her. I say, hey, I would love to see you. Can I see you tomorrow, please? Then I got a text message back. Yes, come see me at my house at 10 a.m. I was like, wow. Then I started dancing because I just felt that moment that, okay, if this woman could come in my mind, is God sent person to help me with this trip.
Yes.
So I started dancing about from 12 a.m. to about 3 a.m. Then I stopped, and then I was like, if someone breaks into my house, like jokes, I was thinking, if someone comes into my house trying to break my house, and they meet me dancing, that time all alone, they will think I've gone crazy. So
So you were dancing because you were excited.
Yes,
were you shouting? Was it like a holy dance or
it
something?
was faith, because even the time I was
Okay.
praying for 2 hours, there was a time I couldn't even ask God, I want this, make this to happen. The only thing I kept saying in my prayers was, God, may you be the glory, 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 more than 1,000,000 times for 2 hours. I
Wow.
couldn't stop. And then I was like, I felt accomplished because I know that I really work hard for this and every other project. If I haven't done the answer, it's just because I believe God has something more there. So
I think that's very important. Absolutely.
so that Thursday I met that lady. I gave her everything that I needed. I say, if you could put me the tickets, which was very, very expensive.
The
I could
tickets
take
for
care
what?
Yeah. I could take care of some other things here. I have families and friends here in Houston, but the ticket was
Expensive.
really expensive. And then they called me like 3 hours later and said, your flight leaves in the next 2 hours. I said, oh my God, I'm not even ready. So I had to
Wow.
go home, rush, take my things. I couldn't say bye to my job. I say bye to a few of my families.
Okay.
I had to take the biggest risks. I was like, whatever happens, if God gave me this ticket, He will surely take care of the rest. So I came here and Houston Fashion Week, I got so much love, so much opportunity. It was more than I could ever imagine.
And you know what? A lot of times when we're trying to get something accomplished and God is in the midst of it, He's going to work it out. And before you know it, where you're trying to get. You never know how you're going to get there. You never know the vehicle in which you can get there in. But when it's in God's plan, it'll certainly happen for you, man. And you know what? You have to be active. You have to get in the game in order for things to happen. You can't just sit back and pray, but not do anything or take steps to make things happen. It's like faith without works is dead. I'm sure you guys have heard that before.
Yeah.
So when you have these opportunities, man, and sometimes you have to make opportunities for yourself.
Exactly.
You know what? And real briefly, I know you just did the gowns for
Miss Africa USA.
for Miss Africa USA. He just did the gowns for that. That's fantastic.
Yes, it
That's
was the
awesome.
opportunity of me coming for the Houston Fashion Week.
It
When
led
they
to
saw
that.
I'm here, it's like, oh, you're here in the US, why don't you come? And I was like, yes, like,
And isn't that wonderful?
And everything worked out. Even the way I had to go there, and my ambassador here took care of my ticket. The organizers, they took care of my expenses there, and the lady from my country took care of me coming here.
And you know what?
Yes.
That goes back to what I was saying a minute ago. When you're getting ready to do something, you're praying about it, God works it all
Everything.
out.
Exactly.
You know, so I'm glad that works out for you. Mr. George GoldenBoy Phelps. All right, man, the maker, the creator of SkyTrues. Now, you got something coming up with it Young Houston magazine, right?
With Young Houston, they gave me the opportunity to grace the cover of the new magazine, Young Houston 2015 Summer Edition.
Okay, so you're on the latest cover of Young Houston magazine, The summer edition, 2015. Now, when is that going to be released?
October 10th at the Jaguar North Houston location. It's going to be a really big deal. It's they deeming me the face of fashion and hip hop in Houston. So not only am I for fashion, I'm in there for hip hop as well.
For fashion and hip hop. That's, you know what, I almost forget about you as far as the hip hop industry is concerned, because the eyewear has just taken over. You know, and I get excited when I see the eyewear because I'm seeing it everywhere. Whenever I look up, I'm seeing somebody wearing SkyTrues, and I'm like, hey, I was in the store one day and I saw this lady walking around. I saw these glasses. They were bright and colorful, very artistic, and I'm like, I wonder if, yeah, that looks like his. Yeah, that looked like his glasses. And so I actually asked her, and she was like, yeah, George, da, 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 da. She was going on and on and on about the glasses and everything. And I think everybody is going on and on and on about the glasses because they're so unique, they're so different, and nobody has the same pair.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Young Houston is one of the things that's coming up. What else is next for you?
We got that coming up. We have the Most Def concert that's coming up again. The first one and the second one was canceled. Hopefully we get it right on the third try. I'm having a album release December. New mixtape that's coming out called The Classic Truth. It's going to be real big. Got a lot of your favorite artists on there as well.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, you know what you said, The Classic Truth. Tell me a little bit about that.
The classic truth is, sometimes something is so real and so truthful, it's got to be classic. People will never forget that truth that was spoke. They'll never forget the feeling, the moment they heard it, and how it made them feel or how it changed their life. That's why it's called The Classic Truth, because my music is classic and it's the truth.
All right, it's classic and it's the truth. So not only do you want to affect people in the fashion industry, but you want them to hear your music and be affected by your music as well.
Exactly, because it goes hand in hand. When I do a fashion show, most of the times the music is
bumping
as well. Yeah.
Okay. I think that is awesome, man. You know what? It's so cool to see men doing things in fashion, and it's actually turning out to be very successful. Not only that, but it's people that are right here in the city of Houston. Now, before we go off, you mentioned a sponsor that made a difference for you.
Yes, the Centurio company and the lady herself.
Who you mentioned?
Virginia Maye.
Okay.
And my ambassador. Yeah.
All right. So once again, I want to know how people find out about Lucas Escalada. Tell that to the camera.
How I found out, I will say, starting from my country, I started at a very, very young age. And even when I started, I didn't have the fear if they would like it or not. I was just doing it for the love. It all started from what I wanted to contribute to my community.
Right. So they found out about you how? You said, was it Facebook, and how else?
Here.
Yes.
Here in the US, it was the internet. It was Facebook.
Okay.
The first time I had a event here, it was in the fashion show in Dallas. It was 2008. They contacted me and said, "Oh, we have found some things on the internet about your designs.
Right.
We would like you to represent your country." I had no idea I would get into fashion. I came here for school, and then I was
and ended up being fashion. So now, to contact you, is there a email? Or
yes.
Okay, I know there's not a website, but they can go to Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, and my email.
And your email is
lucasn_escalada@yahoo.com.
All right, Mr. George GoldenBoy Phelps. More information about yourself. How can people find out about you and your eyewear as well as your music?
Simply go to SkyTrues in your Google search, SkyTrues.com. If you want to check out the music, you can go on Reverb Nation. That is George GoldenBoy Phelps on Reverb Nation, or you can just Google George GoldenBoy Phelps. For SkyTrues, SkyTrues.com. SkyTrues in any Google search. I will flood your computer.
And there you have it, folks. All right, now for more information on this show, you can simply go to my website. That's ferrellphelps.com. And on that website, you will find all the things that I do. In addition to the photography, the talk show, and my latest project, the Freedmanstown documentary project, which is going to be phenomenal. It's about former slaves who were the first African-American people to come into the city of Houston, and they housed right outside of downtown. Believe me, this documentary is one that you don't want to miss. You can go there and find out more. Again, it's ferrellphelps.com for more information on this show and everything else I'm doing. Until next time, folks, Have a wonderful day.